Please, Peter. That wasn't me. You said you'd never abandon me. You promised. Remember? And of course, you rest easy, knowing your secret is safe with me.
You do what you think is best, Doc. It's all any of us can.
Peter?
Even when it hurts like hell.
Peter, where are you going? Peter? Peter!
Hey everyone, and welcome back to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. My name is Ronnie, and today we're going to talk about how Doc Ock, aka Otto Octavius, could probably influence the story of Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now, full disclosure, this article by Screen Rant inspired me to talk about this theory. So it gave me the idea to throw in my input. I will be borrowing a few excerpts from this article here and there. Before we get started, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so y'all don't miss videos like this. I post videos almost every day, and I live stream on Tuesdays and Sundays from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Join my Discord. The invitation links to that is in the description box below, along with the links to my Twitter and Instagram. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, if you all recall playing Marvel Spider-Man, spoiler alert, Doc Ock was the main villain, but before he was the main antagonist of the story, he was a mentor to Peter Parker, almost like a father figure. Octavius is a man of science and is someone that Peter looks up to, only to find out in the end that he becomes a villain, which is heartbreaking really, because we start to like the dynamic relationship between Peter and Otto, and you just hate to see those two clash, but it was destined to happen since we, the fans, know what becomes of Otto Octavius. To answer the why Doc Ock could probably influence the story of Marvel Spider-Man 2 is in the PlayStation Showcase teaser trailer that was shown back in September of 2021. In the trailer, we see Peter's new Advanced Suit 2.0 sporting what looks like spider arms, perhaps inspired by Dr. Otto Octavius. Obviously, I'm quoting Screen Rant here, Sony released an exciting trailer for Marvel Spider-Man 2 during 2021's PlayStation Showcase earlier this year, and it gave a ton of new glimpses into the future of not only Spider-Man and his protege, Miles Morales, but also Dr. Otto Octavius, also known as Doc Ock. The influence of the previous game's main antagonist was subtly shown in the reveal trailer for Marvel Spider-Man 2, in the form of some new gear Peter has on his spider suit. Marvel Spider-Man 2 will feature Venom and Kraven, but there is a possibility that Doc Ock will be involved too. He was still Peter's mentor in the previous game, and given his new Iron Spider-esque limbs, it could be that he's still taking some cues from Otto. Many who have played Marvel Spider-Man will remember Doc Ock as being a mentor to Peter, and almost like a father figure. His story tragically ends once Spider-Man defeats him, rendering his tentacles useless and sending him to the raft. While Otto Octavius is most likely serving his time incarcerated during the events of Marvel Spider-Man 2, there is a big possibility he may show up again. He already built the advanced suit in the first game, and given the time to reflect on his actions, he may decide that helping Peter again is the right thing. This article hits the right beats. If you all recall, because of Otto's actions, it led to the death of Aunt May. Perhaps Otto's spending time at the raft has allowed him to mellow out and think about all the harm he's caused. While incarcerated, Peter may be able to visit Otto throughout the story. I'm thinking those moments between Peter and Otto would be emotional, and without Otto's tentacles to influence his behavior in any bad way, we may get a chance to see a remorseful Otto Octavius. Since the idea of Otto influenced the story of Marvel Spider-Man 2 is in mind, I can't help but look forward to those moments between Peter and Otto. Perhaps we'll be able to visit the raft as either Spider-Man or Peter, similar to Batman visiting the inmates in Arkham Knight. As the story progresses, Peter may need to get to pick the brain of a genius, and it definitely calls for desperate measures. It makes perfect sense. Like I quoted Screen Rant a little earlier, Otto did build the advanced suit for Peter. It'll make sense if more features can be added on to fend off the symbiotic enemies of the sorts. Similar to how he created the anti-Ock suit in the first game, Peter could use the leftover tech from Octavius' lab to make his mechanical limbs in Marvel Spider-Man 2. In Marvel Spider-Man, everything Peter uses, from his gadgets to his new and improved suit introduced at the beginning of the story, is made in Otto's lab. more than likely we could see Peter utilize these mechanical arms we see in the teaser trailer towards the end of the game. It may be the key in defeating his new enemies that are arguably worse than the Sinister Six from the first game. Peter may return to Otto's lab to create another improved suit, this time using mechanical limbs inspired by Doc Ock. This would also serve as a good emotional beat in the story, as it could show Peter's respect and admiration for his former mentor and lean into the sympathetic elements of Otto's character. It could also expand on the relationship and perhaps even redeem Otto after all the hurt he's caused in the previous game. At what capacity could Otto help Peter? I'm not sure, but seeing that the sequel is confirmed to be going in a darker path, maybe we could probably see Spider-Man possibly break Otto out of prison. I know it sounds crazy, but it's something you'd see in a Spider-Man story. Without a doubt, Spider-Man is going to return Otto to the raft once he's done with Otto, assuming he does break him out of prison, that is. If that were the case, J. Jonah Jameson is going to have a field day with this one, seemingly confirming his conspiracy theories but without context. We may even possibly see Peter commit felonies in the sequel. That's how dark I'm willing to bet this game will be. Peter may even want to hurt Otto, assuming he's wearing the black suit while seeking consolation from Otto. We're most likely going to see Peter at his breaking point and the lowest. Don't forget, we'll have Miles Morales at the forefront to balance things out, maybe even keep Peter in check. As for everything we've discussed, what do you all think about Otto Octavius possibly playing a role in Marvel's Spider-Man 2? Comment down below with your thoughts and theories. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Everyone, we're almost at 9,000 subscribers and I can't thank you all enough. So I'm going to tell you all again, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps out the channel a lot. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you all don't miss videos like this. And I will see you all in the next comic panel.
PlayStation